Welcome to Gutter Trash Episode 7. My name is Eric. Jason isn't here right now because we recorded this segment earlier in the week, and this was actually before we decided that we were going to change the format up a little bit. So just to remind you, this week we are reviewing All-Star Superman. Next week is going to be a different kind of episode. And then the following after that will be a movie, and then a comic, and then a movie, and a comic, and so on and so forth. Weekly now. So sit back, relax, enjoy, laugh your ass off. Hopefully we've said something funny. I'm not quite sure. I don't listen to these things. And quite honestly, really, neither should you, but you downloaded it, you're stuck. Alright. Hey, alright, welcome back. I just took the biggest fucking swig of whiskey ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know how much was left in your bottle.
It was just past, just a little bit past the UPC code there.
Ooh, nice. That's a lot of whiskey.
Yeah. It feels good. I haven't eaten anything all night. This is awesome. I just watched, like, the greatest episode of Dexter ever.
Yeah?
Just before you came over, so, like, yeah, I'm ready to roll. Let's do this.
Sweet. Alright.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, wow. Man, you're pumped.
High five.
That was a lame high five.
There we go.
That was much better.
Alright.
Whoa.
Ow.
It's stung.
Then I just punched a wall, so...
How do the jocks do that every day?
They're meaty, muscular men. Muscular. I should be primed, though. I just punched a wall. I just said that a second ago, but I'm saying it again because you interrupted me. My neighbors, I hate them.
Neighbors upstairs?
Upstairs. They had a domestic dispute last night, and they're having a party tonight, so...
Make up sex?
I guess. I don't fucking know. Well, no, her whole family's there, so unless her whole family's getting down, whatever.
Or maybe all the kids are watching Cops or something.
Yeah, it could be. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're on Cops. Who gives a shit? All I know is, like, I was sitting down here. I was working on drawing earlier, and I was feeling really fucking angry and 80s, so I cranked up some Metallica.
Ooh.
And
back when
just tried to drown them out. Back when they rocked. Yep. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my shitty fucking neighbors or whiskey or Metallica. Well, we should be talking about Metallica, but because someone should.
Guns N' Roses album came out this week.
Oh fuck! I forgot all about that.
Set on down to Walmart or wherever.
I forgot all about that.
Best Buy.
Oh wow! Obviously,
I think my roommate bought it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Matt.
Yeah, or his girlfriend bought it for him. I don't think he bought it.
Well, yeah, he's unemployed. He shouldn't be spending money on crap.
Yeah. And that is probably crap.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
I heard like 5 seconds of whatever single they released on the radio, and it was fucking terrible. So, yeah.
I haven't heard it yet.
You know that the 17 years anticipation build-up for it is probably just going to make it even worse.
That does usually take the wind out of your sails.
That's why so many people hated Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Ooh, I didn't hate it, but...
I loved that movie.
I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it.
Oh, you're a piece of shit.
It was lame.
No, it was fun.
It was fun.
It was
like getting off...
It was no worse than Black Sheep.
It was like getting off of a roller coaster that doesn't really have any big hills. It just has some turns and twists.
I've never rode a roller coaster.
It's a lot like that movie.
Well...
Except for there's wind in your hair.
And CGI monkeys?
Depends on if you do LSD or not.
Okay. That's pretty much the only part I hated about the movie was all the CGI animals.
Yeah.
Aminals.
I didn't like the aliens or the animals.
I was fine with the aliens.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big a leap from, Jesus to aliens.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Aliens, I dig.
Oh, okay.
Those aliens,
I
don't dig.
Those specific
CGI aliens that look like something from a video game commercial.
Okay, alright.
If it would have been a rubber suit, I mean, look, okay.
Oh yeah, I mean,
30
I'm with you.
30 years after E.T., they, the special effects have
Gotten
devolved.
worse. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
could just put some puppets in there.
Yeah, I would much rather have seen real monkeys and real aliens.
A puppet,
honestly.
yeah, some Reese's Pieces.
Spielberg and Lucas with their connections. They probably have access to Area 51. They could have gotten the real fucking aliens.
They probably own the Area 51.
Exactly. But we're not here to talk about any of those. We're here about
Maybe you had a little too much whiskey.
Maybe.
Oh, wow.
Wow. We're not here to talk about any of that. We're here to talk about something even more awesome than anything Lucas and Spielberg could ever wish to crap out of their asses.
I agree.
Yes. All-Star Superman.
All-Star Superman. How about that book?
It's alright.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
Good night.
Yeah, good to see you.
I think we do this joke every segment.
Yeah. Well,
we should stop, I guess.
we should. Yeah, we should. We should.
But no, how about it's the greatest Superman comic ever fucking written?
Oh, I would agree. And I'm not a huge Superman fan. I mean, I've read a chunk of Superman books over the years, but I've still never read Red Sun, which everybody tells me is amazing. But
it's pretty good.
But out of everything I've read, this stands tall above them.
Oh yes, I will come out and say that I do not like Superman.
Oh really?
No sir.
I love Superman.
I dig the idea of him, and I dig that he's been around, and I dig that he's still being published.
Yeah.
But I'll never read his monthly book unless Grant Morrison and Frank Quiley are fucking writing it. Or, well, I guess Frank Quiley would be drawing it.
Quite frankly, you're right.
Yes. I was hoping that joke would come in early.
Oh, thanks.
No, yeah. I enjoy like the Elseworld stories with him in it because I like different looks at him. You know, because everyone knows who fucking Superman is.
It's kind of been done to death.
Yeah,
right.
And I mean, even though the movies are different, you get the idea. So if you've seen the movies, you know Superman.
Right. He's got the spit curl. He's a nice guy.
Exactly.
He's pretty strong. That's all you need to know.
But anyway, I did just not a fan. I mean, I watched the cartoon when it was on the Bruce Timm animated series. I like him in other media. I just don't like him in comics.
You like the Superman pinball game?
Yes.
The
Atari game, the Nintendo game, the Super Nintendo game.
Right.
The
Pog game.
The Pog, of course, because we're famous for Pogs here.
Oh
yeah. I like the Superman racing game, the NASCAR game.
Oh. Yeah. I did help.
I'm lying.
I did help someone move a Superman arcade machine out of a basement. One of my friends had a Superman arcade machine in his mom's basement, and he was moving out into an apartment. This is a few years back. And he was like, yeah, I got this plan. Just come over after work. We'll get it out of there in, seriously, 20, 30 minutes. I'm not kidding. I know it's crazy, but we'll move this arcade game out in half an hour. And so I go over there after work. I tell my girlfriend, I'm like, I'll probably be, half an hour late. I'm going to help my friend move this game real quick. And he's like, I go over and he's got this pulley system devised where he's got these ropes, I'm not kidding, tied to the arcade machine. And they go up the stairwell, because it's a straight shot up the stairs, right out of the basement.
Right.
And the ropes go out a window, and he has me tie them to the trunk of my car, the ropes, and and so I just start driving my car and pulling this video game up the stairs, and of course things go wrong, and it's breaking the banister under the stairwell and just destroying the walls, it's scratching the wall. But eventually we got it out of his basement, and then the next I don't know if it was a week later or whatever, but he had it in his garage for a while. We took it up his stairs into his apartment, me and him and Doogie, my roommate, got it up his stairs into his apartment, and I swear that was like such a nightmare, because to top it off, whenever we get up there, he goes, "Okay, yeah, here's some quarters. You can play the game. Just keep pumping the game. You deserve it. After that." And it's like the lamest video game. It's a side scroller, and it is a 2-player.
I've played it. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Only not as cool.
Right.
And the second player is a red Superman. But my favorite part of the game is you're going along through alleys, like just beating up thugs. I mean, it's lame. And literally one of the moves is Superman can pick up garbage cans and throw them at thugs. It's like, he probably would do something other than
a lot
that.
cooler.
Yeah.
And faceless, nameless thug probably wouldn't kick Superman's ass.
Right.
Yeah.
So, wow. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Tangent number, whatever.
No, it's I think our third one for the night. I don't know.
But yeah.
Yeah. Did you have like a car battery attached to it so you could save his high score?
No, that's a good idea though. But he did grow pot plants in the room that it was stored in.
Sweet.
That was pretty neat too.
Yeah. Well, I'm totally surprised that someone who would own a Superman arcade game would be growing pot.
Who would have thought?
So weird.
Video games and weed. Is there a connection? On the next Gutter Trash.
Ooh, nice. Well, speaking of weed, or just drugs in general, Grant Morrison must do a ton.
Yes. Please keep doing whatever you're doing.
Seriously.
I don't care if he's smoking hash out of, like, baby skulls, If that's what it takes to write those comics, I want to see him do it.
Yes. I completely agree. So, wow, this was, I mean, we've said that it's the greatest Superman comic ever. I think we can agree on that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm with you.
And it is, I would say it's some of Frank Quitely's weakest artwork, but it's still amazing.
Wow. I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, it is amazing.
Well, especially when you get towards like the end of the run, because it's 12 issues, and it took 3 years to come out.
It was just about 2, wasn't it?
No, the first issue came out in November of 2005, and the 12th issue came out just a couple months ago.
Wow, was it really that long ago?
Yeah.
Man, no wonder I was a little foggy on some of those early issues.
Oh yeah.
Because I read them as they came out, and then
me too.
And Sunday I sat down, and this is unbelievable, but somehow I have 3 roommates, right? Somehow they were all 3 gone on Sunday, the day I planned on reading this.
Yeah.
Because usually one of them's there, and they're like listening to music or
coming down and bugging you,
doing whatever.
Or, hey, can I borrow something?
Yeah.
Can you drive me somewhere?
Yeah. So up my pants because I started to say metrosexual, but I'm not a metrosexual because I don't shower, but I can sew. But no. But somehow they were all gone, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna seize this moment, right? And I sat down and I read the entire run in one sitting.
Yeah.
And that was the best way to read that book, because I read a month or bi-monthly or quarterly or whatever, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But reading them in a chunk is so much better.
Well, each individual issue, stands up on its own. So there wasn't a lot that, if I can read, something like Daredevil month to month, and it's like, by the time the next issue comes out, I don't fucking remember what happened last issue, and it all fucking ties in, so I'm just totally lost.
Right.
But with this, 6 months would go by before an issue would come out, and I'd be perfectly fine reading a completely new one.
Right.
But yeah, reading it all together, it really does all connect into one cohesive story.
It does. There's little things that just show back up.
Yeah. Everything that you think is like a throwaway line, and Morrison is great at doing this, where he'll just toss out like a random line of dialogue, and then 12 issues later it matters.
Yeah. Yeah. He is a genius.
Yeah.
There's like 2. I think there's 2 pairs of issues. I think it's 2 and 3 and 7 and 8 that are sort of one story each.
Right.
Like the Lois thing and the Bizarro thing. But you could totally. It's like reading a 60s book where you can totally pick up anywhere.
Yep.
And just pick up one of those books and read it.
I think that brings up something. It's very much Grant Morrison's reinterpretation of like Silver Age Superman,
Right.
but with like modern day setting, modern day tone, modern day storytelling style, and it just makes it awesome. It's the Superman book I wish I could have always read.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, it's amazing because it takes this character that, like we were saying, has been done to death, and you've read 1,000 Superman stories, and you're like, I like the character, but I'm fucking sick of him, right?
Right.
But somehow he manages to tell this super, like, fresh story with Superman.
Yeah.
But it still retains all of the aspects of the character that make the character what he is.
Right. And adds on some new ones as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and also it doesn't even shy away from, like, modern day stuff. Like, I mean, Doomsday is in it.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought that, Doomsday would have shown up in a Grant Morrison Superman book? Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, yeah, that's like the lamest Superman character ever.
Yeah.
And it was cool in that book.
Yeah. And it also totally fit in with the style that he was going for.
The 60s flavor.
Right, because Doomsday is essentially a project of some sort, and Jimmy Olsen uses it to mutate himself into Doomsday.
Right.
Which fits in with, like, back in the Silver Age, Jimmy Olsen was always doing shit and turning himself into stuff.
Exactly. I mean, that seems more like... I mean, my brain just won't... my brain won't function this fast enough. It's like, when Doomsday came out in the 90s, of course that had to be like a 20-part story with like all these subplots, and it's like, no, it should have been, like he did it in one issue. He did everything that story did and made it so much cooler. And, wow.
And doesn't wind up killing Superman in the process.
Or giving him a mullet. There's no mullet.
No mullets.
Yeah.
Well, there is Samson in the book.
Yeah, there's a mullet in the book, but not on Superman.
No.
I mean, and he includes everything. There's the Bottle City of Kandor. There's Bizarros. There's
loved the Bizarros.
I think that was the best because it was hilarious.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
Oh yeah, like when he's trapped on the Bizarro world and the Bizarro Justice League shows up.
The Flash moves, what is it, an inch per 2 hours or something?
Yeah. Instead of lightning bolts, he has chains.
Yeah. Oh, that was so funny. And I will say this, because you mentioned that you thought, Frank Quitely's art has been better, but on the Bizarro world, his art, that was some of his best art.
Well, still, I mean, I'm saying that
it was so detailed.
It was his weakest work, and I think mostly because it wasn't fully inked.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was digitally inked.
That's right.
And especially, again, like towards the last couple issues, it looks like it was just really rushed.
Mm-hmm.
But me saying that it's his weakest artwork is like saying that, God, I can't think of the correct analogy for it, but I mean,
it's like Ozzy's soberest moment.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's still fucking awesome, and it's still way better than any other comic art that's out there.
Right.
Like superhero art especially.
I can't imagine that book being drawn by anybody else.
No. And I know that, I don't know if it's going to happen at all or not, but I know that Morrison said that he wants to come back and do like a series of one-shots with like different artists, especially those who haven't drawn Superman in the past.
Oh, right.
And I know like Chris Weston has said on his blog that he desperately wants to do one.
Wow.
And that would be awesome, but...
That'd be kind of weird for Superman. I mean, I love Chris Weston's art, but I can't imagine him drawing Superman for some reason. It seems so, like, detailed and dirty. Like, his art's really... I think it would work for, like, The Punisher or...
Really?
Or, like, Sergeant Rock. I could see him doing Sergeant
Rock. I could see him doing Sergeant Rock easily, but...
Excuse me.
I don't know. I don't think it's dirty. I think it is super detailed.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he's got that sort of... I mean, it's... Like, there's kind of a strange British house style.
Uh-huh.
Like, like if you look at, like, Steve Dillon and Brian Boland and Chris Weston, and, there are similarities in their style.
Right.
And, like, Dave Gibbons, especially. And I think he falls into that mold, and, I could easily see that for being, Superman.
I'd definitely take a look at it. For some reason, I'm thinking I wouldn't feel it though.
I don't know. And, I mean, he works well with Morrison. I mean, he did The Filth. He did like, a good chunk of The Invisibles, yeah.
Yeah, The Filth, wow. Now, there's something to talk about.
I've almost thought about doing that, but we would have to do that, I think, in, like, chunks.
Yeah. Yeah, that... Okay, I can't even start. I can talk about The Filth for a while.
Yeah, me too. But
it's such a good book.
I would say that if we did choose it, there wouldn't be any, I'm just going to read this Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it would take, like, the entire 2 weeks.
It only... Like, I don't know why it surprises me, but it makes me think this would make a great movie, All-Star Superman, because it took, like, exactly 2.5 hours for me to read that that book, and I stopped to take a whiz, so it was probably, like, 2:15, really.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it was a 15-minute whiz, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. I could see some of it being the basis of a movie, but, I think that I don't know if mainstream America would be, into the craziness that's in the book.
They're like, what? Superman from what year? I don't know what's going on.
Why is that Superman wearing bandages?
Yeah. The Flash, he's fast, he ain't slow. Underverse. Is that like a underoos? I don't know. But, yeah. Wow.
And some of the storytelling in it is great, too. Just little things, and then this is where Frank Quietly really comes into shine. Just in, just some of the small things that he does. Like, there's the issue where Lois gets superpowers for a day.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and there's a scene, that's the one where Samson and Atlas are in it.
Uh-huh.
And Samson throws this monster up into space. And Superman is just standing on the ground, and he looks up, and he notices that the monster's lungs have burst, and he flies off to go get him. And so in that next panel, Lois is just standing there with, like, a really faint red streak next to her.
Uh-huh.
And, like, her hair is, like, caught in the updraft. It's just, like, a nice little movement that captures that whole, like, even without that like, Photoshop effect.
Right.
That would have just told perfectly what happened in that panel.
Oh yeah, there's a great, like, the entire Superman origin is told in
4 panels.
Yeah. With like 8 words.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know the whole story.
All you need. Yeah.
There's no like, here's his history, here's blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's one thing I wanted to bring up. I thought about this earlier because I was listening to something else today, and they were talking about Superman. And it just really got me to thinking, like, whenever you see Superman in other comics and everything, like, he's always kind of floating and hovering, and, he's just sort of, like, just standing above the ground and everything like that. Superman never floats in this book. Anytime you see him sort of, like, paused in midair, he's landing. And, like, in the next panel, he's on the ground and he's walking. But every time you see him in the air, he's flying somewhere. He's doing something.
I never thought about that, yeah. He's not trying to be, like, above anyone else.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that, it's just those little things.
It's subtle, but
the whole series is full of those.
Uh-huh.
Just the tiny things that make it what it is. Man, I can't not talk about this book without talking about the way Clark Kent is in it. I think it's the best Clark Kent that's ever been portrayed.
The one where he's the Metropolis Clark Kent, where he's like all
right. Yeah. He's because Superman. Well, I mean, I think in all the formats of Superman, like when he's Clark Kent, he kind of slouches a little bit. But with this, he does even more. Yeah. Where he looks like he's just kind of chubby and just really soft looking.
Yeah. He really sells the fact that he's a
schlub.
A wimp. Yeah, he's knocking shit over all the time. And
every time he is knocking shit over, he's actually
saving somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's the whole issue where he interviews Lex Luthor in the prison as Clark Kent. And throughout the whole thing, he's just doing little things that, if you just looked at it, Clark Kent, just fell down on his face, but no, he actually just saved Lex Luthor from being electrocuted.
Right. Yeah. Like he pulls his glasses off and he's like, oh, there's a smudge, and he's like using his laser vision.
Right, yeah.
That's, yeah. What What was that muffler? Like, he pushed somebody out of the way when they were walking across the street, and there's a muffler that fell out of the sky?
It was an elevated train was passing by.
Okay.
In the next panel, you can see it, above.
Okay.
So, yeah, he was pushing. I guess Superman saw that the muffler was going to fall.
Yeah, that was one thing I was like, where did that come from?
Yeah, it's.
If I was Wonder Woman's jet, and I was like, shouldn't it be invisible?
It was the bat plane.
Oh, the bat plane. But, what were we saying? Oh, yeah, the Clark Kent thing. And he does so well, too, because, you really believe that slubby Clark Kent, the moron. And then whenever he's in Smallville, he's like the Clark Kent from Smallville. He's like so calm and cool.
Yeah, and then he's Superman at that point, just wearing human clothes.
When he's hanging out with Pa and Ma.
Right, yeah. Oh, and of course, issue 6 is the issue, the flashback issue.
That one was awesome.
Yes. Incredibly sad again. Us with the fucking dad's dying thing.
I know. I didn't cry this time, though.
I didn't cry either, but, I mean, it tugged at the heartstrings. Yeah, but,
the DC 1 million Superman was there, and Crypto was there. And
yep. The unknown Superman and the Superman from the 5th dimension.
That stuff with the unknown Superman is so cool.
The what?
The unknown Superman.
Oh,
the way he did that.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like with, I know you probably haven't read too much of Morrison's more mainstream DC stuff.
I read all the JLAs, but
did you ever read 1 Million or anything?
No, I didn't read that.
Because obviously the Superman 1 Million is definitely from that. It's the same guy. At the end of that issue, when the other Supermen from the future show up, the golden one, and
the Mexelplicked one.
No, see, this is why we have our issues.
Yeah, we got them here. I'm using mine as a coaster for my 24-ounce Corona, though.
Well, I'm out of whiskey at this point, but
oh.
I've got some peanut butter crackers.
Ooh, that's like alcohol.
No, like this one where
oh, okay, those 3.
It's the leader of the Superman squad and 2 other, one sort of superwoman and a super kid of some sort.
What's that golden flower? What's that about? I forget.
And then just indestructible flower from New Krypton.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But this golden Superman is actually Superman. It's him after he's lived in the heart of the sun for millennia.
Oh wow.
Which was again introduced in DC 1 Million.
God, I fucking love Grant Morrison.
Grant Morrison's fucking awesome.
He is the reason. 87 years ago when I started working at Mavericks, it was because I was like 13, and a friend of my brother's, who's a few years older than me, had loaned me a giant chunk of Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You'd probably like this. You like Ren and Stimpy and Sonic Youth, And I was like, "All right." So I started reading Doom Patrol, and I was like, "Wow, Grant Morrison is my favorite writer." And I've read everything he's done up until like a year ago, where I kind of like the Seven Soldiers thing is where I kind of got lost with Grant Morrison. But
you should read those.
Really? I read a couple, and I was like, "This is all right," but
that's definitely one of those things that I think if you read them all in the trade or like all in one sitting, I think you'd really, really enjoyed it. It's like the biggest thing he's ever done. Because it's like 50 issues altogether that are all interconnected. You know, and it's all connected to like what he's doing in Final Crisis, and connected to what he did in the JLA, 10 years ago.
Oh wow!
I mean, he has like certain themes that he just always repeats over and over again, in his books. And I'm sure, there's probably something in, his Batman run that, was involved with that somehow,
Or kicks into JLA somehow.
Right, yeah.
He's amazing. I swear he's my favorite comics writer.
He's definitely one of mine. I'd probably say he's my favorite.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, we're on the Grant Morrison tits.
Oh, we are. And,
But I swear, hey,
of course, if you ever go on the internets, You know, they'll tell you that Grant Morrison's a piece of shit and he's awful and he doesn't know what he's doing and he's ruining comics.
I can honestly say that I've been reading everything. I've read everything he's done since I was 14, or 13. So.
Did you read X-Men?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
every issue.
Nice.
Somehow I figured out what was going on in the Igor Corday issues. Made it through.
I liked the Igor Corday issues.
I liked all of them.
I mean,
I couldn't understand. There was literally, seriously, there was like one page where I was like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be looking at here.
Oh, come on. You know, the guy had like a week to draw it, and he fucking inked it with like a hammer.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed that he did it, but still to this day, there's panels that I don't know what they're a picture of.
Right.
Like, I don't know if that's a car, the inside of somebody's brain. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that. But he was incredibly rushed. So.
He's soldiered through.
Yeah. And but yeah, I mean, I sort of stopped reading Batman recently, but that's because I'm trying to switch to trades only on it. But who knows what's going to happen to him? Like, I heard a rumor that he and DC, or the editor in chief of DC, are sort of having words with how Final Crisis is supposed to be playing out. So who knows if Morrison is going to tolerate any of that crap?
Oh wow! But and this last Batman comes out tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, it's not supposed to be his last, but who knows what'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I still hear that there's going to be another Sea Guy, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'd like to see him do some more Vertigo work after he finishes up. Hopefully, his relationship with DC hasn't soured that much that he can still do some Vertigo stuff, create her own stuff.
That'd be sweet.
Because that is definitely some of my favorite of his work.
Oh, Invisibles is my favorite.
The Invisibles is my favorite comic as well.
See, I would say Invisibles is my favorite Grant Morrison thing, but I sort of have a soft spot for Doom Patrol, too.
The Invisibles is my favorite comic.
Really?
Yes.
Ever? It's hard to say that it's not my favorite comic, because it fucking blew my mind, but Doom Patrol, I really have a soft spot for because it's the first thing I ever read by him.
I would say Doom Patrol is probably like number 2. But Invisibles just blows it out of the water.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
In The Filth, of course, we mentioned that.
That one's up there, but I think I like 10 of his books better than The Filth, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's still amazing.
I like quite a bit. I mean, like We 3, I think is amazing. It's definitely one of his better, more recent stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say We 3 is better than The Filth.
Mm-hmm.
Venomorama.
I haven't read that. I've got I've got all 3 of them, and I lost one of them for a long time, and I hadn't read them, so I finally put them all together, and they're in my stack of stuff to read at my house right now.
It's good. I mean, it's definitely not his best, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it was him just sort of taking a more lighthearted approach, especially to superheroes and stuff like that, while experimenting with telling a story about Indian culture and stuff like that.
Was that Philip Bond that drew that?
Phil Bond, yeah.
I love Philip Bond.
He's great.
Angel and the Ape series he drew was awesome.
Grant Morrison works with some of the best artists and some of the worst artists ever.
Yeah.
I mean, like Frank Quietly and Chris Weston, Philip Bond, Phil Jimenez. Phil Jimenez on The Invisibles was awesome. Phil Jimenez on everything else is I can leave or take.
Yeah, I saw him draw Spider-Man, and I was like, "That's the worst Spider-Man thing I've ever seen."
Yeah. I mean, he's good. It's not my thing.
Right.
But I think his stuff on The Invisibles is excellent.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Yeah. I own a piece of his original art. I love him so much.
It's awesome. But then, he'll turn around and work with, Steve Yowell. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he do Sebastian
and Zenith.
That's a long time ago, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, he hasn't... Well, I mean, he did some Invisible stuff, too. So, yeah. A lot of people worked on The Invisibles.
Oh, yeah. Some of them multiple in the same issue.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Grant Morrison work with, I don't know, someone completely 180 from his style just to see how it would work. Like you know how Frank Miller and Jim Lee are doing something together,
Right.
And that just to me seems so bizarre, but it somehow works.
Right.
I'd love to see him. I'm not even sure who it would be. Maybe an image artist like
Jim Lee, because he's done that. That one issue of Wildcats that came out, and that was
that's
all
right.
that ever.
I was like, what are you talking about? I completely forgot about that. Wow, yeah.
Let's see. Well, he did like a 2-issue run of Spawn with Greg Capullo.
Oh, number 17, 18, 19?
Yeah, I guess it was 3 issues. It was 2 or 3.
Somewhere in there. Oh, yeah, I don't know. 18, 19, 20, something like that.
Who knows? They were all misnumbered at that point, so
Yeah.
who gives a crap? It's fucking Spawn. Who cares?
You know, did you notice Spawn doesn't dedicate anymore? The last 2 issues doesn't play the dedication game. I think we talked about this.
I don't know if we talked about this on the show or not, but yeah.
I was really bummed out because I've played that game for years. Years. Every Wednesday. I swear. That's my least favorite thing about Todd McFarlane, is that he took away the dedication game. We always guessed, and we were never, ever right. Like I know people have guessed Dracula and B. Arthur, but we're never right. But it's always fun. And he took it away from us, you bastard.
I'm sorry. Do you want a hug?
I want Todd McFarlane to play the game.
Do you want to probably give you a hug?
Yeah, I'll take a hug.
All right.
From you or Todd McFarlane.
We'll see how Todd reacts first. And, if he says no, then I'll give you a hug.
All right.
That's
a deal.
Oh, I know we could easily go on all night talking about Grant Morrison. Do you want to go on all night talking about Grant Morrison?
Can I talk about Frank Quietly for a second?
You can talk all you want about Frank Quietly.
I fucking love Frank Quietly.
Frank Quietly is fucking awesome.
Everything from
amazing awesome.
Amazing awesome. His those I think the first time I thought he was amazing were those old DC big books of that they did.
Yeah.
He did like the Elephant Man one and the like the is it the Barker Boys or the Baker Boys? Ma Barker, Baker.
Barker. Yeah.
Barker. But his black and white stuff in there is phenomenal.
You have a page of that. No, is it from that or is it from something else?
Mine's from 2020 Visions.
Okay, with Jamie Dillon.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, that's amazing too.
Oh yeah. It's so good, and he's never been bad. Like I've looked all the way back to I found these things on eBay that he had done in Scotland, I guess. It was
right.
It was
like his first work.
It was called The Greens.
Yeah.
And it was from this book called what was the magazine called? It was sort of like Zap Comics in Scotland. Right. I forget what the book was called, but The Greens, that the strip he did in there, it was like his art mixed with old newspaper strip art from the 30s. That's what it reminded me of. It was real reminiscent of that, and it was amazing. He's never been mediocre. He's never been bad. He's always been amazing.
The first thing I ever saw by the guy was Flex Mentallo, another fucking awesome Grant Morrison book.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
We should do that sometime.
We should.
Yeah.
Especially since, so few people have actually had a chance to read it.
Because it's never been reprinted.
Never been reprinted. It was very under-ordered when it came out. So, yeah, it's a very rare book.
We got a couple issues of Mavericks located at 2312 East 4th Lane in Kettering, Ohio.
Yes, they do. I actually bought my copies at Bonnets.
Oh, Fifth Street. That's an awesome store. Cheers to Bonnets.
Yeah.
Bonnets, I don't know. Who knows?
I call it Bonnets. But yeah, I walked in there one day. I wasn't even looking for those. And I saw them. They were $1 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're worth they're worth like $10 or $15 each.
Yeah.
And collector dorkiness aside, they're worth that to read. I mean, they're so good.
Yeah. It would be up there with The Invisibles and Doom Patrol, as far as, where it would rank. So
I just remember there was just one drawing that Frank Quietly did in there of the guy's table, and it was just so detailed. There was I think there was a bong and some books and just all this stuff sitting on the table, and it was you could look at that page for an hour and just look at all the little details he put in there.
Frank Quietly is a great, and I know that there are people out there who hate him vehemently. I mean, again, the internet's, they fucking rip this guy to shreds every time he does something new. But I mean, they're wrong. They're wrong.
I remember when X-Men.
They are fucking wrong.
Oh, I agree. I remember when X-Men was coming out. They'd always all the like superhero fans at my work would make fun of the way he draws lips.
Yeah.
Like they're like, everybody's making these pouty kissy faces. I want to kick their asses. And like, it's just his style.
His women are ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have super big boobs.
Yeah. Oh man, comic fans are retarded. Fuck you, comic fans. Fuck all of you. I hate you.
Oh man. I like you guys. Come in my store and buy some stuff.
You can all go to his store. He loves you.
Yeah, I love you.
I hate you, though. I don't work there anymore.
Yeah, you did it one time.
Yes. I hated you back then, too. But that's because Pokemon had just beaten me.
Oh, that's right. That was during Pokemon.
Yeah.
Those were the dark days.
They were very dark days, indeed. Alright. We've ran really long, and
yeah.
I would seriously love to keep talking about Grant Morrison and Frank Quietly and everything that they've ever done. But I don't think we can. Our other segment was already way too long. So,
well, the first 6 issues are in trade, and I'm sure the next chunk will be out in about 3 months or so.
And I do hope that I hope that Grant Morrison at least does a few more, just one shots here and there, because it's seriously one of the best comics I've read in the past couple of years.
I agree. I'm really glad you picked it, because it was one of those things I've been meaning to read all in one chunk, and I just hadn't got around to it.
Yeah. I'm glad that you agreed that 12 issues of it wasn't too much.
No,
because it was a real treat to sit down and read everything all together.
Much agreed.
All right, so much love, much love.
Top of the heap. That
Top
book
of the fucking heap. Yes, to All-Star Superman, Grant Morrison, Frank Quietly, super fucking awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be back. Alrighty, welcome back.
Welcome, everyone.
That was weird. Anyway, so this is the part of the show where we tell everyone what we're going to be doing for next episode. So,
except for this time.
No, well, you're going to pick a comic and I'm going to pick a movie. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
No, we're not going to do that.
Oh, what?
Oh, fuck all you people.
We're taking a break.
Yes, we're not doing it. We're ending the show.
Yep.
This is it.
We're tonight we're committing our murder-suicide pact that we've been talking about for so long.
Excellent. I've got my sword out in the living room.
We're gonna put on some Barry Manilow,
Harry Carey, and
smoke some weed,
well,
masturbate each other, and then murder ourselves.
I didn't agree to that one part.
The Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Next episode, we're gonna do what I'm calling the bullshit episode, where we're just gonna talk and hang out and
no reviews.
No reviews. We're just gonna shoot the shit and
all right.
Go off on all the tangents that people seem to like better than the actual show that we do.
Watch out.
Pat and Matt.
Those are
that
everyone else
who listen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait. Talk about nothing.
Oh hell yeah! We will hopefully do that pretty well, or fail miserably,
as
like
we do.
We're doing right now.
So it goes.
Yes, we're failing pretty fucking horribly right now. Pretty.
I do have an idea for my next book.
Oh no! Okay.
I know what I'm going to pick for my next comic, but I'm not going to say it now.
Alright, wait, is it your turn? Yeah, it's your turn to pick a comic. So. I definitely know what I'm picking for my next movie. So
Awesome.
yeah, but yeah, it's gonna have to wait a couple weeks.
Woo! Bring on the bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, just skip the next episode if you don't want to hear bullshit because that's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty pointless, but hopefully a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we just kind of need a week to just chill and
have a couple beers.
Talk about other comics that we've been reading that we haven't picked, and I watch fucking movies all the time, so that's always a topic. Dexter is always a topic.
You can talk about Dexter.
Oh yeah, and I guess that's pretty much it.
Thanksgiving's coming up.
Thanksgiving is coming up this Thursday.
I'm pretty excited.
You doing anything?
I'm gonna eat some green bean casserole with my mom, my brother, and my cousin. And my brother's wife and a couple other people.
Sweet.
It'll be nice.
Doing that on Thursday?
On Thursday. I know it works out, like, my day off this week is Thursday.
Yeah.
So I don't lose any hours, which is good because I'm fucking poor.
You don't get paid holiday pay?
No. There's no insurance, there's no holiday pay.
401k, obviously, you have to have.
401k, I do have.
Okay, yeah.
Company car. All that.
Oh, that sounds sweet.
Yeah.
I'm going to be stuck with my parents going to Indianapolis.
Oh, you are going to Indianapolis?
Yeah. There was the smallest possibility that I would actually have to work on Friday. But my boss told me that no, the office will be closed. So I guess I could technically go in and work if I wanted to. I just wouldn't get paid for it.
Wow.
Well, I'd get holiday pay. But
maybe you'll have a good time.
Yeah, maybe.
Eat some free home-cooked food's always good.
Yeah, but I'd rather eat my mom's free home-cooked food than not my sister-in-law's free home-cooked food.
Right.
Because my mom is by far a better cook than my sister-in-law.
I can vouch for her guacamole.
My sister-in-law is not a cook. Oh, my mom's guacamole?
I can vouch for that. It's fucking awesome.
It is. I wouldn't know because I hate guacamole. But no, my mom makes a stuffing every Thanksgiving. That is amazing, and I'm really upset that I'm not going to have it.
Talk her into bringing some up there.
She's already said that on the weekend, Friday and Saturday, when we come back, that she's going to make her own Thanksgiving dinner, like a small one.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds, like Sammy Hagar said.
No, it's a really awesome stuffing with rice and sausage.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know you're not a meatitarian like I am, but most people, like my ex-girlfriend, the first time she came over for Thanksgiving, she really didn't want to try it because you think rice and sausage just doesn't sound like it would gel together.
Sounds kind of Greek, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know where. Well, it's my dad's mom's recipe that my mom sort of has just adopted, as her own.
She married into the family just so she could get that recipe.
Maybe, I don't know, but probably the only useful thing that she got out of this family. So. But no, it's an excellent stuffing, and I look forward to it every year. So I'm a little upset that not going to have that until like at least Saturday. But that and stuck with my brother and his family and their kids and that place that I can't leave because it's like at least here, if everyone was here, I can always go home.
Right.
I'm stuck there.
Oh.
For at least a day and a half.
You could go down to the racetrack and watch some NASCAR or something.
No, I don't think so.
IndyCar, whatever.
Yeah. That and they live in Indianapolis, but they live out in the middle of nowhere in Indianapolis. So there's nothing nearby. It's like all housing developments that are still being built. And
there's a Dollar General. That's the
there's not even that. There's you have to travel like at least 15 miles to get to that.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's all like my brother's rich, so which he doesn't share with anyone. But
as rich people tend to
do.
Yeah.
He lives in like this little community of tiny mansions, but that whole area is still being developed. Oh, wow. So there's nothing else out there because it's all going to be future homes. And
tiny mansions. It sounds like sounds like an Amy Mann album.
Yeah, maybe. But no, it's like if you go to Oakwood, but everything was made 2 years ago, and
wow.
yeah. and the lawns are as big as this room that we're in right now.
Which is small.
Yes, very small. Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'll do
or
my
had
best.
one, I guess. Probably.
Yeah. Well, by the time this goes out, it'll be past tense. But
hope you have lots of good leftovers still.
Seriously, yeah. And I hope the holiday will treat you well.
You as well. You as well.
I hope you. You have to work on Friday, don't you?
Oh,
Friday after
Black Friday.
Is that usually a big thing for Mavericks?
No, I mean we get a little extra business, but everybody's at the mall where the big sales are, and we're just some podunk comic shop.
So if I come back into town on Friday, I can safely hang out at Mavericks.
Oh yeah,
sweet.
Especially if it's after 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I hope we're coming back Friday. I couldn't stand to stay there 2 days. Especially because I know if we could stay there the entire time, my mom's want to go shopping.
Ooh.
And yeah.
Like to Wally World.
To whatever, like the downtown center mall in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, then they have a huge mall.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I would not want to be there. I don't want to be near any mall. And like a friend of mine is having a birthday on Friday, and I thought I'd go visit him, and cheer him up because they have to work on Friday.
I swear, it seems like there's something I'm supposed to do Friday, and I can't remember. I was talking to my roommate about this earlier. I was like, "There's something going on Friday, and I cannot remember what it is."
Is it the day that you're closing on your house?
No. I'd remember that. That's not for a couple weeks. But yeah, I can't remember what it is. My brain's gone. I read all this Superman, and Grant Morrison just fried my brain. Frank Quitely didn't really help either, bastard.
Yeah, he just kind of kicked you when you were down.
Yeah. Why are you so good at your jobs, you assholes?
Fuck you, Grant Morrison, and fuck you, Frank Quitely.
Double fuck you.
Yes. Alright, well, I think that should wrap it up.
Alright.
Yeah. Hey, I just realized something, though. It's technically my Thursday right now.
Your Thursday?
Yeah, because tomorrow's my Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow, even though it's only Tuesday?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta work every day.
Yeah, and with any luck, I should be getting off early tomorrow. We're having a big potluck at my job, and everybody's bringing in food, so hopefully it'll just be... I mean, there's going to be some work to do, but hopefully it'll just be chowing down and hanging out and getting kicked out of the office early. And
that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
just stop by. Stop by my work.
If I'm back in town early enough, I will. And hopefully someone will tell me when I'm getting paid this week too. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
No, because I get paid on Thursdays, but obviously I can't this week. It's a holiday,
right.
So I have no idea. Am I getting paid Wednesday? Am I getting paid Friday? Am I just not getting paid this week? I don't know.
They'll wait till next Thursday.
Yeah, double it up, which would be kind of awesome. But
until then, it's beanie weenies and Cracker Jacks.
Yeah, I'm oh shit! Sorry. No, I am down to peanut butter crackers, like I mentioned earlier.
Wow. Packets of mustard.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. We're hanging this bad boy up.
Heck yeah.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
Well, the second segment anyway.
Yeah.
This part and the first part were kind of lacking, but hey, that's better than normal.
That's what we shoot for, mediocrity.
Mediocrity. Why not? Everyone else is.
Oh man, what a downer.
All right, we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Go read Superman.
Please. I get what?
Go read All-Star Superman.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Good night.
Gutter Trash can be downloaded at www.guttertrash.net, iTunes, Podcast Alley, and Feedburner. You can also find us at myspace.com/guttertrash_net, seanborn.net, blog.seanborn.net, and buyerbewarecomics.blogspot.com. Contact us at show@guttertrash.net, Eric@guttertrash.net, or jason@guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. We'll see you next time.